lazy Sunday afternoon, so I thought I'd crack a beer and have a bit of a chat. So what we're going with, this is called Steam Brew. It's apparently a session IPA from Lidl. It's £1.39 for 500ml can. I probably mentioned it before, I'm not sure, but I actually quite like this beer. As just a sessionable, nice, not too hoppy, not too anything really. But it's not like a lager, it's like a Foster's or anything where it tastes just piss. It has got some flavour to it. It's just light. So it's a light aroma. And it's clean, well made, slightly citrus, sessionable beer. Let me just see what the percentage is really. Half a litre. I still can't find the percentage. There it is. 4.9%. So just shy of 5%. Wow. It's okay. Sessionable then. Looks nice. Slight cloudiness to it. But I'm not sure whether it's a steam brewed beer or just an IPA. But it's nice. Certainly better than the Aldi beer I had in the previous video, which if you saw my review I didn't enjoy much. Not sure what that was. Someone, Andrew Lynch I think it was, mentioned isinglass. It's a possibility. Yeah, mollusks. I don't know where that came from or why I said that. I don't even eat seafood of any kind, even though I live by the coast, because I just don't enjoy it. Really don't. So who knows? But yeah, that's that. So what can we have a chat about? Yes, the Grainfather app. I did a beer on Friday, brewed just a pale ale using Sabro, Idaho 7 and Citra. And I filled everything in, put my water report in, and I was talking about it. I think it was a Wednesday. I'd done the recipe and everything, but I hadn't actually checked on the additions. So when I actually came to brew, I was looking at the additions, and it was 0.08 grams of bicarbonate of soda. I mean, 0.08 grams to go in the boil. What's the fucking point of that? What really was the point of that? And then an addition of 0.9 grams of calcium chloride. That was like one flake. It was pointless. What a waste of time and effort to put that in. However, the addition of the acid, because I used 10%, it's about under 15% it says, so 10% sulfuric acid addition. I used, I think it was about 9 mil of it. So not great. So 7 mil in the boil, 9 mil in the sparge. So not amazing, but it was something. Certainly more than the bloody pointless other additions though. But I mean, is that just because my water is pretty good? I know I have reasonably soft water, moderately soft I believe it was classed on the Yorkshire Water website, so could just be that. But yeah, so that was for a hoppy beer, but that was for a balanced beer, not playing with the malts and not too much on the bitterness, so just a balance. Now if I'd had it, I probably should have gone for a bit of bitterness. Maybe I might do that next time, and I'll just compare and contrast by switching and calculating that way and see what it comes up with. It might be that that alters a bit more, and it's a bit more than 0.08, so less than a gram, less than a fucking gram of something. It's supposed to weigh. I mean, yes, I've got the scales that are accurate enough supposedly to weigh down to that, but what is the point of adding it? Really in a 23 litres. Anyway, so I didn't bother. I did with the calcium chloride. I couldn't be bothered with the bicarbonate of soda. the 1 gram of calcium chloride, just a flake, just yeah. Just, I thought to myself, why are you actually even bothering to do this? What a waste of time. Well, we'll see. I mean, it turns out to be the best beer I've ever made, all because of that 1 flake. Yeah. Yes. So what else? So siphons. Now, I don't know if anyone else uses these auto siphons. I've been using it for years, and the problem is when it comes to here, this bit, there's the washer there. Now, it does deteriorate, especially if it gets really dry and then you try and move it, and it kind of sticks to the plastic and kind of tears it really. But yeah, these washers, they deteriorate over time. And it's Matt Calaby. Cheers, Matt. A while ago I mentioned that you can get spares of these. So I didn't realise also that the smaller siphon, I use these for demijohns, the washer in here is the same size as the one in the larger siphon. So I tried to swap that one out to put into, because I was having problems with transferring my Abbey beer into keg, and I couldn't get it off, and then I tore it, and then I had to go back and use this old one, and the Abbey beer probably is oxidised to fuck. It's probably going to be ruined. I mean, I'm glad it's not a hoppy or a Nipa or anything, but I mean, it's drinkable and it's okay. It'll do as a beer, as a keg filler kind of thing. So it's disappointing. So I ordered a new siphon anyway, because they're like 12 quid, and I mean, I've used this one. I mean, you could see I wash it, but it's slowly discoloured, and it's time really to replace it. But yeah, it was interesting to note that the washer is the same for both sizes. Yeah, but you didn't know that either. No, nor did you care, really, I suppose. Yeah, so it was Matt Calaby who let me know that the Ballyhoo, I think it's Ballyhoo is the company. They sell beer stuff. I mean, their website's pretty poor. But you put Ballyhoo auto siphon and it'll come up, and then I think you search for it and you can find their spare washers. I bought 3, I think they were, that were going, and as I say, they'll fit the larger or the smaller, so, which I need also for the smaller now, since I've wrecked it trying to get it off there, to use on the larger one. So I think that's pretty much all the beer excitement I've got. I don't know what to do next beer wise, brewing. I find myself in a bit of a rut. I mean, I haven't done any experimental brewing this year really at all. Last year I think it was last year I was pretty much trying to do sours all the time. Trying to work with sours. Year before, obviously, it was I think the working with the Kvike and stuff. I don't know really what to do now. I'm looking forward to next year. I don't know where to think to experiment with. I've done fruits. I've done some fruits beers and things with fruit. Obviously, my best that I got was the Mango Lassie IPA. But I've done like blackberry stout. I think it was a blackberry stout or blackberry porter. I think it was blackberry porter I did. A mild. I've not done a mild before, so I might have got a mild next year. I'm interested in what Peter Hodge is doing at the Watford Gap with his Victorian recipes that he's done. Certainly his, what was it, 700 IB Imperial Stout, things like that. That bit of an intriguing thing to maybe look into, I suppose. I don't know. I seem to just be brewing pretty much the same. I've got into a rut of just brewing beers I already know I enjoy, which is nice. It's good. But I'm also relying far too heavily on the Bible, really. I pretty much just take the recipe, alter it a little bit here and there, but the general gist of it, because I suppose I use that as almost like a BJCP guide on style, so to speak. I like the styles, trying the different styles. So that's why I rely on that heavily. But yes, I need to start working more on just mixing it up a bit, maybe mixing styles and things. I've not done really anything different this year, I don't think, than I've done forever really. Yeah, the old timer, the old ale, tweak it slightly, different sugar in, use a different yeast here and there. Pale ales, not this one, obviously this isn't mine, this is the Steam Session IPA thing. My pale ales, I'm a bit of mixing it up with the malts now on that. That's maybe where I've got, and changing, I seem to be regressing a bit with the pale ales and the hoppy additions, when to put them in. I got, well, a couple of years ago, I was took a bit of Magnum in at the start of boil. Yeah, everyone's done that. Magnum at the start, boil, and then your additions at the after, like mash out. Then I cut that right down to Whirlpool, once I got below 80, and dry hop. And that I was doing that, and I found I wasn't enjoying it as much. I thought I'm like, oh, I don't really like a lot of bitterness. No, I don't like a lot of bitterness. It wasn't giving it to me. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. It's very two-dimensional. I wanted a bit of depth to it, so I've been kind of going backwards a bit. I've started doing 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute additions in the boil. Not a 60-minute addition. I've cut that out, leave that alone completely. But the hops I'm using in as flavour or full additions, but I'm adding bitterness. I mean, this last brew I've done is in the 55-ish range, I think it is, IBUs. So I'm interested to see how that'll turn out and compare, because I want a bit of bite to the beer, and so that feeling you get when it's across your teeth when you take that first drink. I've missed that. They were the good old days. But that's just more hops, I think. I'm not using a lot of hops. Not as many as a lot of other people are. I mean, 200-300 in at least in a brew. Yeah, I've done maybe 200 in a brew. 250, I think, is as big as I've gone for, including dry hop and stuff. But now I'm dropping it back a bit and using it more in the boil again. Just, I don't know. This is the thing with brewing, isn't it? There's so many different ways to try and do things and to think about that it keeps you going forever. But yeah, as I say, I'd like to. So if anyone's got any different ideas or views of things and ways to, different experiments to try and brewing and such, I'll be interested to see. So I've waffled on now for 13.5 minutes, and you're probably bored fuckless and fucked off by now, so I'm probably just talking to myself. So if you are watching, thank you. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.